I was my mother's only son after my father passed away. She carried all the burdens of life for me, raised me with her own hands, and worked hard until I became a man she could rely on. I was her entire world. But when I got married, she felt that another woman had come to share in her son's love. My wife, Laila, was kind and pure-hearted, but she came from a family whose traditions were different from ours. From the very first days of marriage, small tensions began to appear. In the mornings, for example, my mother always prepared breakfast for me herself. It was a habit she had kept since my childhood, but Laila wanted to take on that duty. She said shyly, "It's my responsibility to take care of my husband, Auntie." My mother's face changed, and she replied, "It is my duty before it becomes yours." Another disagreement came when Laila tried to rearrange the kitchen to make her daily work easier. My mother loved order and had kept everything in its place for years. When she saw what Laila had done, she snapped, "Is this your house or mine? No one changes anything without my permission." Laila went to her room in tears, but she never complained to me. The hardest conflict happened one evening when I came home from work to a heavy silence. I asked what had happened. My mother said, "Your wife raised her voice at me." With tears in her eyes, Laila replied, "I swear I didn't raise my voice. I was only trying to explain myself." I was torn between them. My heart belonged to my mother, yet my wife also had her rights over me. I chose silence, hoping time would heal what bitterness had created. Days went by, but the relationship between them never improved. My mother thought my wife was pulling me away from her, while Laila believed my mother would never accept her, and I remained caught between two fires. Then fate struck. My mother fell ill suddenly, and the illness did not last long. She passed away in my arms, leaving an emptiness that nothing could fill. After her death, I remembered the wooden box she always kept, calling it "your father's trust." I tried to open it, but the key was missing. Years passed and life changed. My relationship with my wife grew stronger after my mother's absence. I realized she had never been my mother's enemy. She was just a woman seeking her place in my heart and in our home. 3 years later, while cleaning old books, Laila found a small key inside an old notebook. She smiled and said, "I think this might be the key to the box." I opened it, and inside was a letter in my mother's handwriting. "My dear son, if you find this letter after I am gone, know that I was always afraid you would be lonely. Your wife is not your enemy, but your support after me. Forgive her mistakes just as you forgave mine. Guard your home with love. That is the secret to your happiness." I stood there in shock as tears streamed down my face. My wife wept beside me. That day, I finally understood that despite her jealousy, my mother loved me deeply. Even in her last words, she entrusted me to my wife. The lesson: conflicts between a mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law are natural, but true love and good intentions are stronger than any disagreement. A mother loves her son instinctively, and a wife loves her husband through partnership. When both loves unite, the home is filled with warmth and lasting happiness.